My name is Gershon Rosenzweig. I'm the owner of 7th Avenue Stationery. It's an old-fashioned stationery store in the heart of the garment center. I've been in the garment center for a long, long time. When I first came to work, I dressed up like I'm used to, with jeans and a t-shirt and sneakers, and I felt so out of place in 7th Avenue. It was where the men were wearing suits and ties, and the women were wearing the last fashion that you can see. It really, Fashion Avenue was really like a fashion show, and it was unbelievable. It was really an amazing thing. We really enjoyed going to work because from every aspect that you want to talk about, if you were a business person and you like business, it was just great. If you put work in it and you weren't afraid to work and sweat, you made it. You just made it. It was easier to get around with the credits, and people trusted people more than now. And it was just, business-wise, it was a pleasure to do business. New York became very expensive, so people started living to New Jersey and other places to cut and sew, and then eventually it left the country. I think it started from, I started paying attention to it like in the 90s, but it was gradual, and I thought that it won't be so fast. I mean, yeah, things happening, but everything happens slowly, and eventually, okay, so my kids are not going to be in the garment center. But then it took a dive in the late 90s, and all of a sudden everything changed in like 2-3 years. But I remember reading an article that was hidden. For some reason, nobody talked about it. There was the NAFTA agreement that went on, and politically, I don't think they wanted to talk about it. But there was a little article that says that in the 90s, over 90,000 people lost their jobs in the garment center. That's a huge number. Manufacturing will go from one place to another because it's going to be cheaper tomorrow somewhere else. People in China will make more money, so people in another country will sew dresses for a little cheaper. So it will go to a different country. It will move around. People are not going to stop wearing clothes. It just depends where it's going to be made. And now, the big survive, the small doesn't survive, and it's like everything else around us, unfortunately.